As historians and activists wrestle with the recent release of FBI files on Dr. King, it is a good time to remember the Counterintelligence Program, COINTELPRO, which was used to thwart the Black freedom struggle. Although the FBI acknowledges COINTELPRO as beginning in 1956 with operations targeting the Communist Party and expanding in the 1960s to include civil rights and Black Power activists, the roots of surveillance and disruption go back much further, to the early 20th century. Callie House, leader of the first mass reparations movement, was among the earliest victims of federal repression. Hubert Harrison and Marcus Garvey were two others targeted by the Bureau of Investigation, the FBI's forerunner, which used Black informants to undermine their work. Military intelligence even opened a file on Dr. King's grandfather, A.D. Williams, as early as 1917. Joel Spingarn, a key figure in the NAACP, served as a military intelligence officer. Under his leadership, Captain Walter Loving, military intelligence's only long-term Black agent, worked undercover and reported on several organizations, including the NAACP, the UNIA, and the IWW. Loving submitted influential reports such as Race Riots and Their Causes, Radical Publications Among Negroes, Final Report on Negro Subversion, and Socialism Among Negroes. It wasn't just activists who were under surveillance. After publishing his iconic poem, If We Must Die, in response to the 1919 race riots, Claude McKay became the first Black author scrutinized by J. Edgar Hoover's Ghost Readers. Hoover would go on to open a file on Langston Hughes in 1925, along with countless other members of the Harlem Renaissance. Military intelligence opened a file on Dr. King himself in 1947, while he was a student at Morehouse College. Just 1 month after his release from prison in 1952, a confidential informant provided the FBI with 3 letters written by Malcolm X. By 1954, Malcolm was placed on the FBI's DETCOM, Detention of Communists, and ComSab, Communist Sabotage, lists. Meanwhile, the FBI and other intelligence agencies had already begun recruiting informants within the Nation of Islam and other Black organizations. COINTELPRO was also global in scope. The ink wasn't even dry on Ghanaian President Kwame Nkrumah's inauguration when the CIA contacted Tom Mboya of Kenya and K.A. Bedema of Ghana to undermine him. The most well-known success of these Cold War-era plots was the overthrow and assassination of Patrice Lumumba, an operation concocted by the Belgian government with the support of African collaborators such as Joseph Mobutu and the CIA. As Stephen Kinzer writes in The Brothers, John Foster Dulles, Allen Dulles, and Their Secret World War, quote, "On August 18th, President Eisenhower made private comments, they were not recorded, that Allen Dulles and others present interpreted as an order to kill Lumumba. A week later, the Special Group, a subcommittee of the National Security Council that considered covert operations, met to discuss Lumumba. Perhaps the most infamous domestic COINTELPRO atrocities involved the infiltration and dismantling of the Black Panther Party. This included the murders of Bunchy Carter and John Huggins on the UCLA campus and Chairman Fred Hampton in Chicago. According to Ward Churchill, quote, the FBI ran 233 COINTELPRO operations against the BPP between 1967 and 1971. The total number of fatalities will probably never be known." End quote.